I made a line through the middle of the floor for the passing lane and the no passing lane, because Randy was very much into vehicles, and I just thought that would be a cool little car theme for him. And then I wanted to have his shoes electroplated, his security shoes, because he was the security guard for this gallery, for their gallery hops, and the whole Railroad Square Park. So, but I saw that you could pay to have baby shoes bronze. Not many people do that anymore, but it was like $85 for a little pair of shoes, and I realized, well, his size 13 shoes are going to cost me a good penny. So I did them myself with bronze patinaing, and they look very much like they're metal plated. But so I knew I wanted those in there, and I put them on a bed of eggshells, just because that's what we're always walking on, and put it in the center of the room with the angel like he's coming up out of the shoes. And then on the other side of the room, you got your life and your afterlife. I just put the source, and then all the words that people have for their version or vision of the source. In Randy's last weeks of life, I just kept thinking about his departure being an end of an era, especially for couples. It's everybody knows Joan and Randy, when you've been together almost 30 years or however long you've been, and people identify with you as a couple, and how weird that is, that it's just going to be the end of an era, and I don't know why, it seems very mundane, to think of this, but I did think of it as like a television show, and I pictured I just pictured this couch with these people on it that are just going like, oh my God, like they killed off our favorite character, and that it was just this weird angst and anxiety that was captured in that. So I decided to make that, and also I had this just precious footage that I took of my husband before he died, when he was still able to get up out of bed and make breakfast. I mean, he cooked. I mean, I never cooked. I'm like starving now, I'm trying to get back into feeding, dinner for one. That's very hard. I know a lot of people have trouble with dinner for one. But so I had this lovely little footage that I almost forgot I had, just a few seconds of him trying to make an omelet, and where he professes his love to me, and it's just the sweetest little wonderful gift to have, and just made it look like the season finale. It's the name of the piece, and a lot of it's just I guess it's a very different way to show something like that. I mean, I could have gotten a monitor and put it on, and everybody in the room would be weeping, and I do want people to mourn, but I just put it in a different context. I don't know what it is I'm doing exactly, but I always, everything I do, I seem to put it in sort of a humorous or amusing thing that makes you look, and I guess it softens it's a softening to make you know that it's okay to feel. I mean, I named the show Feel, and so it's easier, you kind of sneak into what you're going to finally feel, because it looks sweet and it looks innocent, it looks okay, you're comfortable with it, and then wham, you realize what it's all about. And I do have one drawing on the wall, which was the only drawing I did while Randy was sick, and it's a little sad, but it's where my mind was, about how heart-wrenching the whole thing was, and so I just decided to put that up. But for levity, I went up in the attic because I was looking for some fabric to put underneath the shoes, and I have a stash. And when I was up there, I found these little shirts that I've forgotten completely about, but I couldn't part with them, because my husband always did the laundry. He was a great house husband. I mean, he cooked, and, and he always did a really good job of getting stains out. I mean, he was proud of his ability with laundry. And then, but one day, I came home from work, and he said, "Oh, something bad kind of happened." He says, "But you're going to crack up. You're just going to crack up." And we had just spent about, I don't know, $150 on this Daymart insulated underwear, because we had a motorcycle at the time, and I would get really cold, so he got the best for me to be warm. But you're not supposed to put it in the dryer, and he forgot. So they just stiffened into these little dancing forms that you cannot believe how much they shrank, and how hard they got. And we just could not stop laughing, and I couldn't part with them, so they just wound up in the attic. And then when I had the show, I thought, well, this is funny as hell. Everybody's going to think those are his baby clothes, which they do. They all come over and go like, "Oh, what's up, Randy's baby clothes?" Like, no, read the thing, And I said they look kind of like little spirits, I said I think that the little spirits did that so that they could take form for us, just like little, But there's an awful lot to think about, and I was really pleased at the opening of how many young people, college kids that came in that didn't know me, didn't know my husband. Maybe they didn't even they hadn't had a death in their family yet, but they were really moved, and just, you know, it was just what I wanted to see happen, people talking about it. You know. A good friend, Mary Bauer, made this gourd that is sitting on the table that is actually going to be for Randy's ashes, so I just wanted to show off her artistry too. The book is, there is a lovely site that's called the Caring Bridge, and if anyone is going through something, an illness, and you need to communicate with a vast amount of people at one time, you can tell them about that website and get on there and report daily what's going on when everybody wants to know. It was a great help, and even afterwards, that, you know, when you're just sort of sorting your head out. And the book is all the blogs that I have put on that website from the day that we knew Randy was really ill. So another thing I really wanted to do, and I think this might be actually a very good shtick or thing for my friend Julie Argue to continue with. A lot of people, when someone dies that's close to them, you have all their clothes and you just don't know what to do with them. You know, it's very hard to part with them. And Randy practically lived in gym shorts and t-shirts. I mean, that, you know, we're going somewhere and that's what he's got on. I go, is that what you're going to wear? You know, why not? You know. So I had all these old gym shorts and t-shirts and asked her if she would cut them up and make them into a dress. So she made this lovely dress, which I just love. And now I can kind of part with the other things because I've got this. I might get her and make me one more with another color. But I thought she did just an amazing job of, you know, utilizing the waistband of the gym shorts, and the little ribbon hangs down the back, the drawstring's still in it, and she put the pockets really low and made this very slenderizing. She really knows her stuff. But I mean, it's just a really nice gesture. It feels like he's hugging me, you know. It's great. I'll never part with this dress.